Okay, so I had the case on physician recruitment and fraud and abuse regulations. And you're supposed to look at it from the view of a hospital manager who wants to seek and expand hospital service offerings by bringing a new physician into the area. So it's project number 34, and it's found on page 361 and 362 in the Green Book. So a little bit of background. Stark Law is a set of U.S. federal laws that prohibit a physician to refer a Medicare or Medicaid patient to a provider if the physician has a financial relationship with the provider. And remuneration is money paid for a worker's service. We've been kind of talking about this in class recently. So the regulations that it's referring to in this is talking about basically the manager wants to hire a new physician, but there can't be a financial relationship between them yet, and they have to make sure it's legal. So if you're thinking of offering money to a physician, you're supposed to look at some statutes, and they're called 42C.F.R. and then a symbol that I'm not sure of, and then 411-357. And by providing that, it basically says that by providing that certain compensation arrangements do not constitute a financial relationship, this puts it out of the reach of Stark Law, which can implicate people for doing illegal activities. So some of the included things that it lists that in these statutes that describe what a financial relationship is, or what a financial relationship is not. So this basically, these provisions do not provide a financial relationship as if the arrangement is set out in writing and signed by both parties. The hospital cannot determine the amount of remuneration based off the number of referrals. So basically what that one's saying is, that if the physician, they can't pay the physician for if he refers people to the hospital from his clinic, they can't pay him based off each one. So they can't say, I'll give you $1,000 for each referral. They have to agree on upon a set amount that's in a contract, which is what the bullet point above says. So he could refer them for that set amount. He could refer them 10 times, or he could refer people 1,000 times to that hospital. It's the same amount. And then the physician is also allowed to establish staff privileges at any other hospital and refer business to any other hospital or entity. So it can't just be that he can only share things to theirs, because that would implicate the Stark Law statute. So the book has a little bit of advice for hospital managers, which is what we're supposed to be looking at this from, or what I'm supposed to be looking at this from. It says, before undertaking a transaction that might implicate fraud and abuse, talk to a lawyer about the contract. So you want to go see the lawyer to make sure that you're not going to get in trouble for what you're offering and that it's legal. And then keep in mind that there's other regulations that can affect this, such as IRS regulations on private inurement and private benefit. And there's other things out there as well that you're going to want to look at and make sure that you're not in violation of. And when you go to talk to the lawyer and have him or her read the contract over, they should be able to tell you if there's anything in there that needs to be changed. So the question I have for you guys is, what other regulations should be reviewed? And keep in mind, this is from the view of a hospital manager who's trying to provide more avenues of care within his facility by hiring another physician, basically, and to get more referrals. So thank you. And